This is a bike that is too small for most adults and too slow for thrill seekers, but somehow it ends up being one of the most important motorcycles that you can buy. People dismiss the Kawasaki KLX 140 as a beginner toy, but they're absolutely wrong because this thing doesn't just teach riding, it quietly decides whether someone falls in love with motorcycles at all. And I learned that the moment I bought one for my 13-year-old son. So here's a claim. The Kawasaki KLX 140 might be one of the most underrated Kawasaki's bikes and their entire lineup, not because it's fast, not because it's high tech, but because of what it does to the rider. I picked up the 2020 KLX 140 specifically to get my son back out on the trails with me, not to chase speed, not to impress anyone, but just to ride together again. And that changes how you look at a bike like this, because now the question isn't, is it good? The question is, does it actually create riders or just frustrate them out of the sport? On paper, or even just standing next to it, the KLX 140 doesn't look like much. It's small wheels, modest stance, it's an air-cooled motor, no flashy tech, of course. It's easy to assume that this is just a stepping stone, something you just tolerate until you graduate to a real dirt bike. And honestly, that's probably how most people treat it, but that expectation does create a problem because you go into this thinking it's supposed to feel like a race bike. You're gonna completely miss what it's actually designed to do. So what is it trying to be? The KLX 140 exists in a very specific gap. It's not a tiny kid's bike. It's not a full-size performance machine either. It's in that in-between zone where riders are big enough to need something real, like a manual clutch, but not experienced enough to handle something that's aggressive. And that's where Kawasaki got this surprisingly right. The engine is smooth and predictable and forgiving. It's not gutless, but it's never intimidating. Clutch engagement is friendly, the power delivery doesn't spike, it just slowly builds. And that matters more than most people realize, because if a bike scares you, especially early on, you stop riding completely. But if it invites you to push just a little bit further every time, you keep coming back. And that leads to something interesting once you actually hit the trail. The first thing you'll notice riding the KLX 140 is how unintimidating it feels. It is. You don't climb onto it, you just settle into it. The seat height and the way it carries its weight, it immediately lowers the stakes. And for a younger rider or someone getting back into it, that's everything. My son didn't spend the first ride trying not to crash. He spent it actually riding, learning throttle control and picking lines and just getting comfortable. And here's a twist. That same approach, that will make you ride differently too. Because when you hop on as an adult, even just to test it, you realize something funny. You stop trying to go fast and start trying to ride well. Momentum matters more than horsepower. Line choice matters more than brute force. You're not blasting through trails, you're flowing through them. And suddenly, this simple beginner bike starts teaching advanced habits. And that's the hidden strength of the KLX 140. It rewards smoothness and precision and patience. Now, there's something people don't talk about enough. What happens when you start asking more of it? And eventually you're gonna find the ceiling. And it's not subtle, the suspension is quite soft, the power does run out, and the chassis does start to feel overwhelmed once you start pushing too hard or too aggressively. For a growing rider or a confident adult, it can feel like you've outgrown it faster than you expected. But this is where some people get frustrated. They assume that the bike is holding them back, but that's not entirely fair. The KLX 140 isn't built to keep up with your ambition forever. It's built to develop it. So the real question becomes, is that trade-off worth it? Living with the KLX 140 is surprisingly refreshing. It's got an air-cooled engine, meaning there's less maintenance required. And it means that if you miss one maintenance interval, it's not gonna kill you. It starts easily because it's got an electric start, and it doesn't demand much, it just works. And for a bike that's often used by newer riders, that's huge because the last thing you want is a complicated machine that's gonna kill the momentum of learning. And in our case, that simplicity meant more riding time for me and my son. It meant less wrenching and less frustration, which leads to something bigger than spec sheets or performance. And that's what this bike actually does for the people that ride it. Here's the truth about the KLX 140. It's not a forever bike, but it might be the reason someone stays in riding long enough to find their forever bike. For my son, it wasn't about horsepower or suspension. It was about confidence. It was about just getting back out there, riding trails, and actually enjoying it instead of feeling overwhelmed. And that's something a faster, more capable bike probably wouldn't have given him. The KLX 140 doesn't try to impress you, it tries to build you. And in a world that's obsessed with bigger and faster and more, that's easy to overlook. So is the KLX 140 underrated? Yeah, but only if you're judging it by the wrong standards. If you're looking for performance, you'll probably outgrow it. If you're looking to create a rider or reconnect with why you started riding in the first place, this is kind of brilliant. And for me, it wasn't just another bike in the garage. It was an excuse to spend more time on the trail with my son. And honestly, that might make it the best motorcycle I've ever bought. If you've owned a KLX 140 or started on something similar, I want to hear about it in the comments. And if you're thinking about picking one up, especially for someone new, don't ask, just go out and get one. Get off the couch and go ride something.